Welcome back. Welcome. It's the Turquoise dungeon. We're gonna cut some turquoise again. If you want to see that, we're gonna cut some. We're gonna cut some Kingman. We are going to cut some uh, Nilavera, and we're gonna cut some unknown provenance turquoise. And let's see what we get. I was gonna be doing silversmithing tonight, but a couple of the things that I thought I'd ordered weren't in my order, and I'm still missing a couple of things that I need. And so I'm just going to have to cut stones and wait a couple more days for that stuff to show up before I can start doing the settings and that stuff. But let's look at some rough material here, the different types we got and what we're trying to get. And let's cut them, see what we get. Here's what we're going to cut. We have two pieces of Nilavera. Actually three. I just split this one. It was a nodule, kind of a nugget. I split it down the middle to get two stones. Because why not? And then the other Nilavera was this one right here. So I've cut 6 of the Nilavera. One of them was just a chunk of mud. 3 of the other ones were very kind of boring, not very pretty, kind of muddy, just not really good. And then 2 of them were pretty decent. These ones, frankly, look like the ones that were kind of boring. But we got 3 chances here to see if we can cut something cool. Hopefully they won't be boring. Now this right here has been cutting stones that look like this. And this. These are unfinished, but that's the type of material this has been. And there's been one piece that came out just amazing in this. So again, this was unknown provenance. It's stabilized. Nevada, almost certainly. Bought out of Nevada, but not positive of the mine. So this has been cutting really nice. I think we'll get 2 nice stones out of that. And then I don't know which one of these we'll pick, but I have some Kingman here that I've already cut. I'll show you here in a minute. I cut 2 really nice big cabs out of this. One of them I'll probably set as a pendant, and I'll show you that here in a second. This is the other pieces that I kind of sectioned up into smaller pieces, because what I'm looking for is I want to do a link bracelet with a big piece in the middle, and then links to another piece, links to another piece, links to, so basically 5 sections, maybe even 7 sections of bracelet set. And so I need some smaller stones for down the sides. I want one big one and then smaller. So anyway, I would like to cut it in matching stones. So that big one might be the centerpiece, and these some of the ones going down the bottom or down the sides. And so we'll cut a few of these. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on each one. I'm going to hurry up and cut into these and find what the best ones are so the video doesn't go long. I'll cut them all, but in the video, I'll just try to keep the best to the best so that you stay entertained. But I really like how this Kingman, again, this Kingman was very inexpensive material, $70 for half a pound shipped. The rest of this material was much more than that. And sadly, the Kingman's been really shining. Anyway, let's get started. Let me pick. I really like that one. I think that one's going to cut. I don't have enough water here. What's going on? All right, we got water flowing. So I think we'll pick this one. And I really like this little one right here. It was looking like it had some potential for something really cool. So I think that's the 2 that we'll focus on here. With those others as backups if something doesn't work out. Top or bottom? I think that's the top. This has got a little bit more matrix, a little less turquoise, so that's going to be our top. I've got to angle the sides so the angle in toward the top for when I set it later. This is borderline thick enough to cut in half and get 2 stones, but I really need to order another diamond wheel to replace this one. This one's just getting wore out. It'll be a perfect mid-grade one now. Makes this take a little bit longer than these 2. Look at the color in that right there. I wish the whole thing had that color turquoise in it. But maybe some of that will pull up through in the bottom here. Okay, I think we can, well, we don't gotta top it up just yet. Start cutting into it. We can definitely do a nice big high dome on this. So I think we're going to show you here some very contrasting material, some very clean, no matrix material in some of this, and then this Kingman, which is, some of it's more matrix than turquoise, and then everything in between. This will be a good assortment. Okay, so I think we got a workable stone there. We're going to stop there on that one. This one's about ready to be dopped up. I kind of started peeking into this one earlier. This is a perfect little ring stone. So that one's ready to be dopped up, I think. I'm hoping that we pull into some lighter material here. Anyway, so there's the two Kingman. Let's look at our Nilavera, which is these two, this one and this one. Nilavera. If you want my opinion on this material right here, it is very low grade, chalky grade material that has been stabilized. I think it's the way it feels and the way it looks to me. It's just missing that purity of higher grade turquoise. It's a little bit muddy in its color because I think it's a little bit muddy. I think it's a little bit lower grade. If you can get a mid-grade turquoise that's stabilized, it's really nice. Or obviously a high grade, but that's much harder to come by. That's how that one's coming out. So far, again, to me, to my eye, this just is, it's not that the color's bad, it's just that it's not clear. There's no zap, they call it. Okay, so there's that one. We know the other half of this is going to be roughly the same thing, right? So we'll give it a chance. Maybe one side will be better than the other. Look into it and see what we're getting. Maybe we'll only finish one of them on this video. Okay. That one might be marginally better than the other one. I don't know. The other piece was this one. Let's peek into it. Maybe it'll surprise us. Look in this side right here. Either side could be the top on this one. All right, I like the look of that already a little bit better. So I think that's going to be our top. I need to get some more light in here. Let me go grab the other light. I like this darker material. This looks a little bit cleaner. So I don't know if you can see the difference here. Let me get it in better light. But this looks a little bit cleaner turquoise than this one, even though they're very similar in color. I think we have a chance on this one right here. Yep. I like that a lot better. We're going to dop this one up. That'll be our third stone we cut for the video. This is clearer, cleaner, better looking, smells better even, if that makes any sense. Okay, so that was ready to be dopped up. That's our Nila Vera. We'll leave those two out. Then we've got these two unknowns. This one's got kind of a big glob of stabilizing material, or no, that's matrix on the bottom here. See that? That's interesting. If that spider webs up through, that might be cool. Ooh, I like the color of this one. I like the color of this one. This one might need a backing. It might be thin. Same with that last Nila Vera. Not the same with turquoise as it is with velvets and opal. It's perfectly acceptable and even normal to back even natural high grade just for a little bit more durability. See the color we're pulling into this one? I like it. It's whether or not it'll come clean, how deep that matrix goes. But I think we got probably a pretty cool stone right here. Okay, we'll top that one up too. So look at the difference in the colors here. That one right there is just more vivid, more vibrant, especially compared to the one that is a little bit muddier. See how it starts to dry out, how it goes really just kind of flat. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got this one right here. Is our next one to peek into. I love the hardness of this one is noticeably better. This is a hard stone. It's got some cool looking matrix in it. Yeah, this one is just noticeably harder. I mean, all turquoise is different hardnesses, but stabilized turquoise should be consistent. It should be, all stabilized turquoise should be fairly, I mean, if the host rock, the thing on turquoise, if it's very hard, it won't stabilize. The stabilization, the resins can't penetrate it if it's very hard. So it should be fairly consistent. The consistency of stabilized turquoise, but I think the better the grade you start with, if it does take stabilization, the better the material is. Okay, I think we're cutting into something cool on that one too, so we're going to dot those up, and that's our stones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we didn't even do a kingman. Oh no, we did. We did 2 kingdoms. Okay. There we go. We got a little bit more light. I chose 4. The Kingman, the Nila Vera, and then the 2 Unknown Nevada. Start with the Kingman. The least expensive. Little teardrop shape is what this one wants to be, so we won't fight it. Yeah, I really like the blue that's coming up in this. Wish there was a little bit more of it, a little bit less matrix, but still. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. comes in further down, but I also don't want to go through it and get out of it. So it's a compromise. I can't help it, even my freeforms have to be symmetrical. Asymmetry gives me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, that's good enough on that wheel. Now this one's really pitted and rough, but it might end up cutting a much smaller stone than this, but it's going to be a good one. I can tell just the feel of it and the peek into the color. This one really feels like it should be something nice, and I'm hoping that all that bubbly is texture, is matrix. I like the material that's a little bit deeper in. Oh yeah, look at that matrix we're going to have in that one. Those lines forming. If we can get down through this kind of cruddy stuff into that lighter stuff and keep the matrix, I'm going to like it. Thankfully we have plenty of thickness here if I want to keep going down. We want to get rid of that little nodule right there and further in we go, the lighter it gets, and usually darker is better. Darker colors are better, darker green, darker blue. But sometimes, like in this case, in this material, the lighter stuff has had the better color saturation or just the shine, the look to it. It's just been, I showed it to a few people and every one of them, I showed them like 8 different stones and I said, pick your favorite, and where I put these in order of your most favorite to least favorite, and everybody picked that light colored one as their favorite, even though there were some gorgeous dark greens and stuff in the bunch. Kind of polychrome, it's not going to be all of that. Alright, I'm good with that one. This one's the one that probably will need to be back just because of the thinness. this one for the opposite. This one is darker. I guess what I don't like is that middle of the road. We'd like a little bit more turquoise and a little bit less matrix to show up for us. Wow. We're going to keep one about that shape right there. Hope a little bit more of this comes out. Take it to the next wheel. We do need to get that little divot out of the back though. I'm thinking in terms of how to make this easy to set in a bezel. That little divot in would kind of, to me, would make it difficult to get a clean bezel look on it. I know just how much I need to keep here where I can back it, hide the backing in the bevel. But I'm trying to walk that line. Okay, I'm really gonna, I think we're gonna like that one. And our Nilavera. It's just kind of dingy. I don't know how else to describe it in person. This one might polish up pretty, and I wish it was all this color right here. But it's not as soft as some of that other stuff. It's a little bit better. It's a little bit, this is feeling more like the higher grade in that parcel, although still considerably softer than all the rest of this rough that we're cutting, for sure. Down a little bit more, hoping more of that deeper blue comes into play. All right, we're ready to switch wheels. I won't record a ton of this right here because, like I said, I'm trying to keep this video under 30 minutes. Because I noticed that a lot of people won't watch them if they're longer than that. one after polishing, it might look a little bit better. Hopefully I'll like it better. This is the most expensive rough that I'm cutting here. I did buy 1 pound of stuff that was more expensive, but I sent it back because it wasn't stabilized and it was supposed to be stabilized. So it's kind of sad that consistently this most expensive rough is less impressive than the inexpensive. Okay, that one's ready for the polish wheel. Again, we're hoping that just a little bit more of this matrix in the middle comes out. It's already come out quite a bit, and I'm not unhappy with it, but if a little bit more came out and brought a little bit more turquoise into the face, especially this two-tone lighter turquoise that's in a little bit of it, I'll like it even more. Okay, we're ready to polish that one. Let's hit our Kingman. I basically just go all the way around the outside of it again to bring the outside scratches up to this wheel, and it widens my bezel setting edge on the edge of the stone, and I make sure that I have the angle that I'm looking for, and then I recut it down a little bit more to make that bezel set edge consistent all the way around. I do it on all 3 wheels so that it gets refined a little bit more each time. All right. Well, that was actually not the Olivera, that was the other one. This is this is the Kingman. I called that the Kingman a minute ago. This one is the Kingman. The least expensive. Easy to find, buy it on Etsy, buy it on eBay, it's stabilized, it's well known, the thing is that they stabilize a lot of this stuff at the mine, and so it's done very well, and so you can get very consistent, predictable results with the stabilization on it. I would say that this Kingman stuff that I've been buying is definitely the best, most consistent stabilized stuff. I don't know, there's a little bit, what they use and their techniques and that stuff must differ a little bit. But. Okay, so that one's ready. We're ready to start polishing. All right, let's see our finished stones here. I'm going to show them to you in order of my least favorite to my most favorite. So, unfortunately on this one, the Kingman really was long on the matrix and short on the turquoise. And so that one just really needed a little bit more turquoise to come through. It's a pretty little stone. And it's got some different colors in it. Cool matrix, but a little bit too much matrix in that one for me. The second one from our unknown provenance, Nevada. Again, a little bit long on the matrix and the host rock in this one. A little bit dirty still on this side. This one could get cut in a little bit further. It's a pretty stone. I like it. I like the color. Took a nice polish. It was good and hard. Coming at number 3, the Olivera. We didn't cut the 2 that were the crummy pieces, but this one right here did take a nice polish. It's got kind of the darker green in the middle, fading out toward the edges. It's color's so subjective, but that's just not my favorite color. It's kind of a middle of the ground color, but that one did cut a nice stone. If you like that color, then you would like that stone. Not a lot of matrix in it, but some. And then my favorite, consistently, that parcel. I love the darkness of this one. It cut out to be just about enough matrix. Beautiful color. Took a nice polish. It's very hard. That is a very settable, usable, beautiful stone. Tell me what you think. Is that the order you would put them in? 1, 2, 3, 4. How do you like your turquoise? And sorry, I almost forgot. I promised to show you the other Kingman that I'm going to set. So this is possibly the main piece for the bracelet. If I decide to go that big, it's pretty good sized stone. I like it in a horizontal setting, and I like that, you know, lots of matrix in it, but lots of different colors of turquoise throughout it. Almost looks like a tree trunk when I was cutting it. Not quite as much anymore. That's a healed crack. That's matrix in there. It's it's just that right there is just as strong as all this right here, and it's stabilized. So anyway, that piece right there, and then the piece to cut as a pendant kind of on its own, hanging horizontal with the chain coming off here and here after it's bezel set. That piece, I think that is just a, come on light, get over here. That is just a stunning piece of Kingman turquoise, cut very nice. Could have cut it from either side, but no bonus points for cutting turquoise double-sided when it's going to be bezel set. But anyway, that'll be hung just like that in a pendant with chain coming off here and here. That's what division I got for that piece, and I will wear that one. It's pretty good size too. It's well over 2 inches, probably almost 2.5 inches. Pretty good chunk of turquoise. What do you think about those two? From the cheap Kingman parcel.